Hi, and welcome back. My name is Jennifer, and we are a family of 4 minimalists living in Florida. Today, I'm going to talk to you about why we became minimalists. I think I have always been a minimalist at heart because as a child I was constantly reorganizing my bedroom and my mother's bedroom, although she didn't like it very much. I definitely had more things than I do now, but they were carefully organized. At the time, I didn't realize it was possible to let go of most of my things. After I got married and my husband went to law school, we sold our house and moved into a small apartment in Orlando. At the time, Colin was 2.5 and Yale was 1.5. They had been given so many toys and clothes from baby showers and holidays that we had to cut down on. There was no way all of our things were going to fit into this apartment. So I took a lot of the toys that were outside items or larger items and I sold them to a consignment store. We also sold a lot of our personal items in a garage sale before we moved. My husband had a lot of camping gear and pool equipment that we couldn't bring with us. Because my husband was a full-time law student, he couldn't work and I couldn't work because I was not a U.S. citizen at the time. Also, my kids were too young and all of our money would have just gone to daycare. So I had to be creative with his student loan money. We stopped buying things we didn't need. We didn't have anywhere to put them anyway. And I started looking into ways of living more simply. At the time, we were minimalists out of necessity, not out of choice. When my husband started his second year of law school, we moved again and took less things with us. Each time we moved, our U-Haul truck became smaller and smaller, and every move became easier.
Boy, ask me that question again that you just asked me.
Where's my super cape?
Where's your super cape?
Yeah.
You haven't seen it? It's wit. That's a good girl. Where's your super cape? You're wearing it, that's right.
After my husband graduated law school and passed the bar, we moved to the other side of Florida to a small town for his first job. He wasn't making much money. I liked the sparse nature of our lifestyle, but we were somewhat ashamed by our lack of possessions, especially in a world where more is better. After we started bringing in a regular income, we did start to acquire things again, for the sake of filling out the house. But I didn't like it. I didn't like the idea of buying things only for the sake of buying them, especially when you don't use most of the things routinely. I liked the austere and clean look of our sparse house. But I still felt socially awkward, afraid people would see how I lived and make fun of me or be mean. Then I found the Mustards on YouTube, and that validated me. They were minimalists living in, I think, Berlin at the time. Jenny Mustard had a black and white wardrobe, and I really liked the simplicity of it. So I ran to my closet and got rid of everything that wasn't black and white. I probably was left with less items than I have today. Seeing how nice her apartment looked inspired me to go through our entire house at the time and declutter everything. It took me quite a while to organize everything. After I finished, I began to realize that having more space allowed me to breathe, and the atmosphere was just calmer. After living there for a while, we realized that it was time for my husband to advance in his career. So we moved a few more times and ended up back on the east coast of Florida and bought a little yellow house. I was excited that the house was so small because then we could live a more extreme version of minimalism that I had recently learned about from reading Goodbye Things by Fumio Sasaki. I have a strong interest in everything and anything from Japan, so it was only a matter of time before I found that book. I had also read Marie Kondo's books, but felt she still had too many things. I really loved the idea of getting rid of everything and having the space and time to do whatever I wanted. I had been wanting for a while to get new beds because our beds were over 10 years old, so I convinced my husband to order Japanese futons. I had always wanted to try them, and we knew that we would be moving again because my husband and children were suddenly forced to stay home full time, and we needed a place where we could all work. We downsized even further, sold our little yellow house, and temporarily stayed in a 2-bedroom apartment until we could find a house with an office space. We don't plan on staying in this house forever. We would still like to move out west, maybe to a tiny home or to a smaller property. I like that having downsized everything allows us the freedom and ability to move more easily and try new things. It allows the kids to see that life isn't about acquiring things, but instead experiencing things. I no longer feel an attachment to possessions, cars, houses, and clothes. If we lost everything and had to start all over again tomorrow, it really wouldn't bother me because none of those things matter to me. What started out as a young family of 4 journey evolved into a permanent lifestyle. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe it will inspire some of you to either start or continue your own minimalist journey. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.